Welcome back, watch fans. You know, I've had some controversial opinions about Lange Sohne. That's right, the infamous German watch brand, the hype brand, Hitler's favorite watch company. And some of you have been asking, why do you hate this brand so much? And let me articulate it again. Let me try to articulate this for you as best I can. Before we get started, on the wrist we have the PATEK Philippe travel time. Okay, now I mentioned before, look, this debate about accuracy, precision has been settled. Okay, that debate has been settled by quartz, by Casio clocks. Okay, it's over. Okay, most of these watches, whether it's Tissot, whether it's Omega, whether it's Rolex, Patek, whatever, they're all just as accurate, within a second. It doesn't really matter. Okay, now the other thing these guys are telling me is about, it's the movement. It's all about the movement. Now here's the thing, the movement on the watch, okay, the quality of the finishing, that's all these, if you meet, anytime you meet one of these Lange fanboys, first thing they do is they take off that watch. They take off that brick, that hockey puck that looks like a Flava Flav clock. That's right, Flava Flav, the rapper. I don't know if any of you guys remember Flava Flav. He had a giant clock on that he had on a chain around his neck. That's the size of a Lange Sohne watch. Now this watch is actually modern size. It's a little big. I think it's I think it's okay. By the way, have you noticed that this is matching? Have you noticed I match to the shark skin green? Look, I make an effort here. Now, here's the thing. The watch is too big. They all want to flex on that movement. They all want to impress you with that bullshit movement. And you know what? Hang on one sec. Let me just show you something. Okay, here is the movement. Here is the back. Here is the back of the Patek Philippe travel time, okay? Sorry, it could be cleaned up a little bit, but there it is, okay? To me, you know what? That's fine. You want to make it more polished, whatever, no big deal. Here is the reality, my friends. Here is the reality. The reality is that the movement on a watch really doesn't add to the pleasure of wearing it, okay? It doesn't add to the pleasure, okay? Unlike a car, okay? I'm actually going to give you a very good example. Unlike a car where the engine does make a difference in terms of performance, okay? In terms of the overall feel, the quality, like this is a 12-cylinder engine, amazing. This car goes 200 miles an hour, okay? It goes 200 miles an hour. Engine sounds amazing to me. To me, it's the best sounding engine in the world. You know what? So the engine makes a difference, okay? I do feel a difference between a 4-cylinder Audi product and this, which is a 12-cylinder. And again, it's the same company. It's the same company. Audi makes, Audi, Volkswagen, Bentley, Lamborghini. It's all the same shit, right? This is based on the VW platform, a VW Phaeton, which is the best car VW ever made, right? So the engine quality does make a difference, but on a watch, it doesn't. It's not going to make your watch any more high performance, okay? It's not. The time is going to be exactly the same, so that stuff doesn't matter. Here's the thing. Look, it's the watch is ugly. Okay, so we settled the debate on accuracy. That's done. The movement debate, quality of the engine, we've settled that, right? Now let's talk about the looks, right? The looks of the Lange is ugly. It's an ugly watch. Everybody knows they're ugly. They have a very 1930s, Nazi look to them. It's the truth, right? I really do believe that, and again, sometimes I exaggerate, whatever, but there's definitely a vibe. I think there's some Nazi nostalgia that the Lange family put in. Maybe, they wanted to bring back the good old days, and we do know that, Lange was very friendly with Der Führer. They gave him a pocket watch as a gift. Der Führer gave their watches out as, is it a scratch? To his top guys. So he had a lot of love for the brand. Now, it's got, again, the look of the watch is quite ugly. It's got a very utilitarian, they just went out of the way to make it ugly. And look, the Germans have no sense of style, okay? Now this car, okay, this is a great example, right? So, look, we all, I have nothing against the Germans, right? Like I'm wearing Adidas pants, right? Adidas pants. Golf pants, and this engine it's a German engine. Bentley, I mean, it's owned by Audi VW, right? And that's what makes this car great, because the Brits, yeah, they suck at making cars, okay? Range Rover, anybody ever owned a Range Rover? You know how much that costs to repair that piece of garbage? Trash, pure trash. Jaguar, I never owned a Jaguar, so I wouldn't know, but I did have a 2004 Range Rover that I bought used. It was an epic disaster, okay? That car cost me, I don't know, a lot of money to fix. I thought I was getting a bargain buying it used. Epic disaster. This car has been unbelievable buying it used. I never buy new cars because, look, I'm an aristocrat, okay? This is old money, okay? I buy my cars used and dirty, just like my women. And look, here's the thing. What makes the Bentley great is because they took the British, they got the nice leather, the woodwork. That's what the British know how to do. I mean, look, not as good as the French or the Italians. They're not quite as good, but they're all about that the heritage thing. They try to do like whatever. They try to they try to hang on to whatever from the 19th century. So that's what makes this car great. The luxurious kind of Rolls-Royce Bentley heritage that they had, the quality, everything is all leather here. This is all leather, baby. All leather. I don't know if you can see this. That's right. All leather. It's an unbelievable car. Very comfortable. But if it didn't have that Audi VW engine, the Volkswagen engine in there, it would be garbage. Okay, they got the W12 engine. I'm gonna turn it on for you in a little bit. Look, that's what makes this thing work. That's what makes it work. It's the German technology inside. Now, but in terms of looks, look, you can argue that Mercedes, whatever, makes good cars. But I say, again, that's probably done by Italians, okay? The design is probably done by Italians. The Germans really have no sense of taste, especially for fashion things, okay? And watches are basically fashion. Again, I said the greatest German fashion designer was Hugo Boss, who was, Hitler's favorite designer. He designed all their uniforms for the Nazis, right? So, I mean, can you see a common thread here? The Hugo Boss. And by the way, the Nazis had great uniforms, right? The SS, all those guys had great uniforms. And there's something about the Lange watch. It's got that SS uniform look. It really does. If you kind of match up, I think Hodinkee should do a segment, the how to wear it, Hodinkee, how to wear it. They have that thing in their magazine. They should do it on Lange, and they should pair that up with either the Lederhosen, or the what do you call it? The Nazi, one of those, the leather trench coat and the whole SS vibe, right? By the way, actually, I do own, believe it or not, a leather trench coat from Ralph Lauren Purple Label. I actually got that I actually bought it used, believe it or not. I mean, it was mint, but it was used. I mean, unworn, really. A couple $100. Amazing. I haven't actually worn it because of the weather, but I will wear that. If anybody wants to lend me their Lange watch, I will wear that. I'll pair it up. But yeah, so basically, look, the only time you could be wearing a Lange Sohne is if you're part of an S&M club, what are they called? The leather daddies, the guys with the whole leather, the harness and the masks and the hats, the chaps, the assless chaps. You get the picture, right? That's what a Lange, how to wear it, okay? So anybody that's watching from Hodinkee, I'm giving you guys free ideas, free editorial ideas, which is you pair up that Lange with either the SS uniform or the leather daddy uniform, and that is exactly how you wear the Lange watch. Again, it's an ugly watch. It has no purpose. You should be embarrassed to own it, okay? I mean, it's a piece of crap. And by the way, this thing about the heritage story, it's a bunch of bullshit, okay? It's like this Bentley bullshit story, right? I mean, look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That company, the history of the company, it was a bunch of fabricated stuff that ended after the war when the Soviets carted away all the machinery, all their parts, everything, and the workers, okay? The Lange today is basically, it's an invented thing. It's like when BMW bought the Rolls-Royce brand, okay? Rolls-Royce today is not the Rolls-Royce of what it was before. Well, I mean, I guess they make the whatever. It's probably better, but it's not the same, okay? It's owned by, it's very, actually, I think the Germans ruined Rolls-Royce. Bentley, they made better, but the BMW people make shitty cars, shitty engines that leak, which had that, the Range Rover, my Range Rover had a BMW engine in that 2004 period. And listen, they ruined it, right? That's why they're kind of fugly, the Rolexes. I mean, they're not, they're kind of weird. They're kind of like a Lange watch in a way. Maybe better, actually better looking, because maybe the English designed those. But where am I going with this? Yeah, I think I lost my train of thought. But anyway, I think I made my point clear, right? Was I being too subtle? I don't know. Was I being too subtle? All right, leave your nasty and vicious comments below, the punters. We always want to hear from the punters. And again, we got the travel time from Patek Philippe. Pure class, pure class. I don't know how to do the British accent, but you know what I'm talking about, right? That guy who does that accent with he's got the dirty Sanchez mustache now, and the pure class thing, right? The fake. He's also fugazy, that guy, the urban gentry guy. His whole thing is as fabricated as the Lange Sohne about the invented ancestors. His ancestors are aristocrats. The whole backstory is as legit as the Lange story. Okay, it's about as legit. So yeah, the Lange thing was started in the 90s by a bunch of, I don't know, they're probably Nazi nostalgists, and the company has nothing to do with the old one, and the watch is pure garbage. It's overpriced, and that's it. That's the end of it. If you want a real watch, you get a Patek Philippe. Okay, nobody cares about your movement. Nobody pulls up in a Ferrari or Bentley and says, "Hey, baby, check out my engine." Right? Nobody does that. It's not about the engine. It's about the looks, the performance, and nobody sees your engine. It's about the looks, baby. I hate to be shallow, but it is what it is. Look, if you want beautifully finished movements, I think, what is it, the Japanese do there's also guys who have beautifully finished movements. I mean, like, I think there's a whole bunch of companies that who cares about that? That is pure mental masturbation. That's exactly what it is. Masturbation, okay? Did I make my point clear? Okay, let me know what you punters think. Leave your nasty and vicious comments below. I'll see you all on the next one.